Marsha, one last question. If you've endorsed the BC on its face, creating a new security and returning it to the holder of the original, does that change your status to the entitlement holder and theirs to the security intermediary? I've heard, look, I'm not a registered securities guy that knows what's going on in the background on these BCs. I can trace the money. I've seen the money in so much as GMEI utility. I've seen it on Wall Street and looked at the securities and the Bloomberg screens. I know accepted for value, which is on its face similar to what you're asking here. I have people that are getting their accepted for values dialed in perfectly every time. So I don't know if that's your purpose or if it's just to come out. Coming out is one thing. Removing yourself from holding that office, meaning having employment, running or utilizing or using the Social Security for credit, running or utilizing the birth certificate for certain things. It's all could be construed as positioning yourself to actively maintaining the office position, the employment position that the United States gave you for the benefit, right, and privilege of a Social Security agreement at retirement, or for the benefit, right, and privilege to drive a motor vehicle, or for the benefit, right, and privilege of a vote that isn't really helping you out that much anymore. So for me, the accepted for value or the element of creating the security and handing it in for its face value and for set off and discharge of the debt on the back end, I just don't deal with. I don't want to play ball with that. I don't want to put people at risk with that. I don't want to get people in trouble. And the word for me, meaning because I'm from a biblically standing person, the word for me says come out. It doesn't say play. Now, does that mean someday somebody is going to have the wealth of the wicked transfer to the righteous per the word of God in some mechanism that would be approvable? I don't know. Here today, my protection lies in not utilizing the Social Security. Here today, my protection lies in just operating as a man, but not operating through the registered organization, through the artificial person, and holding that office, which keeps me connected. I don't like using the social for anything. I don't like using credit for anything. I have no debt, and I don't like debt. And it's because of how debt is created, and the banks are prepaid on every swipe of every credit card. The banks are prepaid on every note, prepaid, all interest and all principal on every note. I did a 9-hour presentation on chain of titles, advanced training on chain of titles. It's on YouTube. It's on HISAdvocates.org, where I show people on the foreclosure element of what they need to be doing to help themselves. And it took me 4 months to create that. I give it away for free, but I talk about the element of the note being prepaid and show people how, where, and all of that. And it's crazy. So why do I want to enrich a bank? When these banks are funding all sides of everything, why would I want to participate in anything like that? I don't. I want to come out. Even when I'm at a gas pump, I'm trying to use the PIN. You know what I mean? Going out for dinner, I asked them to, if they got the thing, they can bring me the thing. I swipe and I'd say, I can use my PIN on this, right? I'm like, yes. I'm always trying to use the PIN. I do not want to enrich a bank. And that's a whole nother conversation. But I can point you to places if you're trying to figure out the BC, meaning to utilize for set off and discharge. And Tracy could give you some information, but HISadvocates does not participate in that personally or ministerially, and nobody here is trying to figure that out. I was waist deep in that 12 years ago. and I've had stuff set off. I know it exists. There's people out there making fun of people that believe in a private offset account. I don't care. I know it exists. I've seen it work. I've seen the deeds of reconveyance on homes. I've seen the titles on cars. They don't just give that stuff out. You know what I'm saying? But do I want to party with the devil? No. So that's my official position, and God bless anything that you're doing. It's just and there are some things that we want to do with pulling back the live born record off of the security, reclaiming title, and that's what we're working on privately.